Hey guys, welcome back. So there we got a 2022 Hyundai Tucson 2.5 liter. We got a check engine light. Um, this is a personal car, so this is my car. We got a concern with a temperature gauge going down, even though it's been driving for a while, for an hour. On that time, there was no codes, right? So anyway, I already scanned this previously, so I ordered a part already. We got a code for a cooling performance. I believe I have another video for a Elantra. We did the ITM, integrated thermal module. So we're just gonna confirm the same, if we have the same code. So we have right now this code. This is the difference between the OEM scan tool and aftermarket, especially if it's too new of the car. When they get this not known codes, right? They just gonna put these numbers and then they will just tell you to go to your service information. But so anyway, last time I went to, what do you call that, OBD2. So if you can't find a code for your vehicle, you go to your OBD2, right? So meaning generic. I'm just gonna wait until it finishes scanning. So that's what happened last time. So I just noticed that when my gauge was like not normal, like it was, I'm driving on cruise speed, let's say highway, and the temperature gauge on the cluster starts dropping as if we're going cold start. And what else? The other symptoms, the other symptoms will be if you have no check engine light. Okay, so the other one symptom is the temperature gauge will be fluctuating. It's not steady. Usually if your operating temperature, it's on the middle of the C and H. And the other one will be your vents, especially right now it's winter, it's cold. You will feel that it's coming from a hot side and it's gonna go to the moderate heat, right? So we're just gonna scan this. I'm just gonna go for read fault codes. Let's go. There's an option there, what do you call that, generic. I'll go Hyundai. So we got these codes here: engine coolant temperature 2, range performance. I believe it's, oops, it's because he doesn't know, because there's 2 temperature sensor, I think 3 on these models. He doesn't know because our ITM is the one who's controlling the coolant flow, right? So maybe that's why it's getting that code, the engine coolant temp. It's because there's a difference between the engine coolant, the other engine coolant temperature. So I think that's what happened there. I'm gonna go generic, and same thing. What happened there? Well, last time I read it from here, the, what do you call that, the code. So I'm just gonna let it scan. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you, here's our parts. That's our part number for this 2022 Hyundai Tucson 2.5. So most of these new cars right now, Honda and Genesis, they uses this ITM module, right? So these are the ITM module, as you can see there. And that's a bunch of spring there. And I think the other end there looks like that's a thermostat. And these are electronic part at the back. What else? What they say is just be careful not to place any magnets here, because that can ruin the module. So let me try this one more time. So we got 00218323 B0323. I don't know what's that, but uh, we're just gonna do the job right now. But as long as you get those kind of symptoms, and usually it will show the, what do you call that, coolant system performance code, most likely the problem will be the ITM. So in order to do this job, you're gonna drain your coolant, and all we have to do right now is, it's buried under there. So our ITM is around there, right? So what we're gonna do is just gonna remove our air intake here, the air box, computer, the battery, the tray, and some hoses, I think, and that should be it. And it should be a straightforward, since I think we have some rooms here, right? So we're gonna start doing that. Okay, so we got this harness here. I'm trying to remove it, but I think it's gonna be on our way to ITM when we remove this. Okay, let's see. If we can just move this whole thing here on the top of this harness here, maybe we can loosen it a little bit to go this way. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Do it out here. So maybe what I'm gonna do, just gonna move this aside here. So there's some connectors on this side of this engine. I think that should be it. And just remove this fuel line going in and a vapor line. Just loosen that up. Okay, looks like that's a little bit loose. I think we have more room now. So okay, so we're gonna start removing the hoses. There's one there, upper hose, put it aside. There's one at the bottom. Put it aside. What else do we have? So we have some clamp hoses there, and there's the back one too. This guy. Squeeze both tabs, top and bottom. So I think this upper hose here. Okay. That's good. What else do we have? We remove the connector for our RTM and the coolant temp. And we're just gonna deal with these two hoses here on this side. one there and one at the bottom. Oops. Use this like, I don't know, what do you call this, telescoping clamp. I'm just making that up because the position of the clamp is towards the transmission, so my pliers can't go in there. Okay, that's out. Just have to loosen that hose. Okay. Okay, so hoses are out. That's good. Now we just have to remove this whole piece. I think they're all 10 mm. Bottom. Three, and there's one up there at the side. I don't know how many bolts are here. If we're not sure, well, let's check our new part. Let's move this guy. Oh, something still holding. What is it? Come on, let me check the new part. Okay, here's our new part. We got 4 mounting bolts and 1 nut. I think we have to remove this guy. Is it? Should we? Oh, there's one at the bottom. So this guy here, this part here. Okay, what size is that? Right now it's here. If you follow my hand, that's 10 mm. I'm gonna use my new ratchet, Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight. Yeah, I'm gonna try this guy because I don't have this flex quarter. Oops. Oh yeah. This guy. We have enough space with this harness. Okay. Hi. Almost there. Okay. I go. Here's our old part. That's out. That's not bad. Why is this crooked here? I don't know if that's normal. Let me grab the new one. Here's our new one. Yeah, that's crooked. Same thing. What can we see the difference in this one? The only difference that you can see is this part is on top position. That guy there, that nipple, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, because the brand new part is position on that is too down, right? Let me check the schematics if we can see something weird on this one, because the only possible thing there that we get no operating temperature in our cluster, it's either this guy gets stuck open, so it's just flowing coolant, right? Okay, so I just went to our wiring diagram, because most of the time wiring diagrams can help you see how the system works. In this case, there's no resistance or anything, because it's all sensing voltage. So all those connectors, or all those pins that's connected to the ITM, it's just sensing the temperature, right, for engine coolant temp, and the computer is only through that, with the software they in the computer, is deciding if he wants to open those valves to have a coolant flow. So we don't have anything in there to test. Maybe the only thing we can do with that one is to check power and ground, right? Make sure they're all good, just to verify that, so that before replacing that component. But yeah, so the other thing that only I notice is this nipple here is facing down on our brand new, that one is facing up. So I don't know, and I'll just have to put this back together. So the whole new component comes with a new gasket. I just have to put this in. It's kind of tight, man. Unless I'm going this side here, maybe it's supposed to be like that. Okay. Just have to worry about this long stud here. Okay, looks like that's the stud is in. Okay, yeah, that's good. Pipe there at the bottom. Let's just put it away before we put some. Wait. That's not good. Put that away. Make sure your gasket's still on, right? Okay. So we just have to put all those bolts and one nut per unit. One at the bottom and one on the other side. and your one nut. Okay, I'm just gonna hand thread this lower one because I don't want to cross thread anything there. Okay, that's good. Just gonna snug them. Oops. Okay, and we'll torque those. Okay, same thing, 10 foot-pound. I know that's not perfect, or that's not really the exact sack, but what I always do is, if you have 10 mm bolt, torque it to 10 foot-pound at least. Okay. And don't forget the one pipe there at the bottom. Always stop going in. No, don't tell me I have to. Oh wait. Don't tell me I have to loosen this first. No, that's not good. Let's remove it again. Because our pipe there at the back doesn't go in. So we're just gonna move this whole unit. Put that in first, I think. Okay, that's in. Put your bolt on that. Okay. Okay. Let's tighten it back again. Okay. Torque it again. Okay. Let's torque. I'm just gonna tighten that bolt on our back pipe there. Okay, let's tight. So I'm just gonna put all the hoses, put everything back together, and fill up our coolant. Then we're gonna do the filling mode on this car. Alright guys, so we're filling up with coolant right now. As you can see, our setup right now, we don't have radiator cup. They use this tank here. So usually when I have this kind of setup, I use the vacuum filled. It really depends on your situation. If you don't have airline or a source, you can't do the vacuum, right? So I'm gonna use this now. So we have got this panel here, or a fitting. So we just need to put this on. Just give me a sec. Okay, so we're gonna turn this on. That's still closed on our coolant side. Oops. So I guess it stopped there. Now we're gonna slowly open this valve here for our coolant. And then I'm just gonna close it. Let's remove this guy here. Okay. So you still have to fill it up a little bit, alright? Okay. It needs more. That's one full jug. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. So by the way, here's our part number for the pink coolant. Right. So if you buy this brand new, you have to do a 50-50 mix, right? So now we're gonna go inside the car. We're gonna use our scan tool to bleed this system. I know we already did vacuum filled, but I just always do it twice. Vacuum filled and what do you call that? Bleeding through scan tool. Okay, so right now we're on our Think Tool Pro aftermarket scan tool. I'm just gonna go to our ECM. So if you're using the factory scan tool, it's gonna be under your software management. In this case, we're using this Think Tool Pro. Let me just check our fault codes. I think we don't have because we removed the battery. Well, still there. Let me clear that. Yes. And on this one, it's gonna be under the special function integrated thermal module coolant filling mode. So I just follow the steps. Okay. And then press OK before starting the engine. Start engine and let it idle. Okay. Press OK. Okay, so it's gonna do its own thing, and then later let's go under the hood first and let's double check if there's leaks there. If not, later we're gonna go for a test drive and see our coolant temp. Okay, so our concern will be this side here. Just make sure there's no coolant leak. Alright, so far it's good. So we're just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for it, and then I will let you know on our test drive. Alright guys, so I've been driving for a while now. I'm going home. So far my temperature gauger is staying at the mid-level of in the cluster. I don't see any dropouts, right? And no, what do you call that? No check engine light, and no turning on and off of the heat. So my heat is always on the same level of hotness, if you can call that. But yeah, so I believe this vehicle is fixed. So yeah, if you have that coolant system performance code, the most likely problem is your ITM, integrated thermal module. So that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that replacement process. There's no diagnosing. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.